In London, the Darling household, consisting of the three children, Wendy, John, and Michael, the father, Mr. Darling, the mother, Mrs. Darling, and a children's nurse, a dog named Nana. One night, after Mr. and Mrs. Darling have left for a dinner party, Peter Pan and his pixie, Tinker Bell, come to the nursery to retrieve his shadow, which he had previously lost there. However, when he finds his shadow, he can't make it stick to him and begins to cry, which wakes Wendy. Peter explains, and Wendy offers to sew his shadow to his foot. Peter reveals that he lives in the Neverland as the leader of a gang of forgotten children known as the Lost Boys.
Come on, let's go to the Neverland.
Peter then convinces Wendy and her brothers to return to Neverland with him, sprinkling them with pixie dust. They fly to Neverland. A ship of pirates is anchored off Neverland, commanded by Captain Hook with his sidekick, Mr. Smee. Hook boldly plots to take revenge upon Peter Pan for cutting off his hand and feeding it to a crocodile. The crew's restlessness is interrupted by the arrival of Peter and the Darlings. As the pirates attack them with cannon, Peter asks Tinker Bell to take the Darlings to the island. Out of the jealousy of Peter's attention to Wendy, Tinker Bell persuades the Lost Boys to shoot down Wendy. Peter saves her and banishes Tinkle for a week. He tells the Lost Boys that he has bought Wendy for them to be their mother. Peter takes Wendy to see the mermaids. While there, the pirates bring in Tiger Lily, who they have bound and are living on the rock to drown at high tide. Peter saves her, and she and the rest of the Indians become their friends and guardians. Wendy, being the good mother, puts the boys to bed while singing beautiful lullabies. They eventually feel the pangs of homesickness.
Let's leave for home at once.
They decide it's time to return to their warm beds in London. The Lost Boys want to go with them, but Peter refuses to go.
I'm warning you, once you are growing up, you can never come back. Never!
Hook and the pirates, however, foil their plans and capture all the children and take them to their ship. Peter, with Tinker Bell's help, avoids the bomb left by the Hook. The pirates are about to have their captors walk the plank when Peter arrives and rescues them. The pirates are entertainingly defeated and the Hook is unnerved by Peter, falls into the crocodile's waiting jaws. Peter commandeers the deserted ship and with the help of Tinker's pixie dust, flies it to London with the children abroad. Mr. and Mrs. Darling return home to find Wendy not in her bed, sleeping at the open window. Wendy wakes and excitedly tells about their adventures. The show ended with the scene where they look out the window and see what appears to be a pirate ship in the clouds.
There's no better time to start.